Chali. All right. So, hi guys. A very warm welcome everyone joining us here at BYJU'S Exam Prep. Welcome everyone. A very good evening. Hi. Welcome Gitanshi, Nipun, Sharvari. Good evening. Good evening. Hope all of you are doing well. Guys, tomorrow is your all important SLAT exam. Lots of butterflies in your belly, I'm pretty sure. 9 to 10, just 1 hour of exam, 60 questions, 5 sections. Just a little similar to the session or the pattern that CLAT and ELIT witnessed a few years back. So lots of familiarity in that sense, and I am sure if I and once I show you the scorecard or the cutoffs of the previous SLAT exam, you will be in for a surprise and you will understand what is the difficulty level of the paper. Totally doable this exam is, and last year, hundreds and hundreds of students, if we talk about students here studying with us by BYJU'S exam prep, were able to successfully crack the written exam, and they all went on to give a VAT as well. So let's go, let's start, let's understand what are the things that you should keep in your mind. Sabse pehle, first of all, the first and the foremost most important tip for all of you is to have a good night's sleep, right? Make sure you do that. Very important that is. Last time also for CLAT, lots of students after the D-Day reached out to me and said, sir, we think we should have slept properly, and it would have definitely helped us in the exam, and that is absolutely true, right? It will help you in your exam if you sleep well, right? So let's start with our session. All right, so let's start with the agenda of the session, things that we'll be discussing. Number one, we'll talk about SLAT previous year exam trends. We'll also talk about tips to attempt the paper. We'll talk about previous year cutoffs, which will be of great help to you as well. And towards the end, we'll be sharing you about VAT as well. And apart from that, we'll also be discussing about registration of participating university. How do you go about that? D-days, do's and don'ts are very important. We'll be discussing about that. What are the checklist for the D-day, for the exam day? Things that you need to keep in mind. And we'll also things you do not have to do during your SLAT exam. All of that we'll be covering here in this session. Let's go. Let's start. So SLAT 2022 exam pattern. Let's start with this. Before we move forward, before we proceed, quickly hit the like button for this video so that everyone, whosoever is giving the SLAT exam can get access to this. You know how the YouTube algorithms work. Do share with your friends as well so that everyone can join us real quick. All right, Lawrence, you guys around what कितने बजे सोने का plan? Okay, so what is the ideal time to sleep, etc. See, basically 8 to 9 hours of sleep should target, especially for the exam day, as much as you can, right? Don't worry about last minute revisions on the exam day. Exam day, the work that you have done previously, that is what will work, right? Not what you'll do in that 1 hour. So let's move on and understand about the exam pattern. This is how the exam pattern looks like. We can see here there is a logical reasoning, right? There's logical reasoning for 12 marks. You can see 12 marks, 12 questions. Every question gives you 1 mark, right? Plus 1 for every correct answer, and there is no negative marking. Now, this was something which was there last time round. We have to make sure we read the question paper real carefully to understand that the same is implemented even now. So yes, very important this is, there is no negative marking. Sir, how many students will appear for 2022? Let them appear howsoever many. Why should we care? We should care about us, right? That we should get the minimum amount of marks that are required. We will show you what were the cutoffs for last year as well, so that you get an idea. Now 12 questions each for legal, for analytical, for reading comprehension, for general awareness as well. 60 minutes you will get here. Easily in 1 hour you can manage 60 questions, pretty sure, because in the 12 questions that GK has, you'll probably take 2 or 3 minutes, right? So even if you take 3 minutes for GK, you still have 57 minutes to be distributed to 4 other sections. If logical reasoning, let's say it takes you 5 minutes or 7 minutes to do the entire logical reasoning, in 10 minutes you will be done with 2 sections out of the 5. So think smartly, have a proper plan before you move forward. All right. Now, if we look at the past year trends of how the difficulty level has been of the previous, uh, we can see of the previous, year sections. So you can see previous year 2021, the logical reasoning section was moderate. If we talk about 2020, it was on the easier front. If we look at legal reasoning, it was lengthy to moderate. Analytical reasoning was easy. Again, see in the year 2021 as well as 2020, analytical reasoning was easy. So you can target that in your first, first few sections that you are targeting in the first couple of sections or first three sections. You can work on analytical reasoning because it was easy. If we look at reading comprehension has been easy in 2021 as well as 2020, and general knowledge has been difficult in both. Right? If we talk about GK, even the 2020 or the 2021, in both GK has been difficult. But how does it matter? Even if it is easy or difficult, it is the same for everyone. And moreover, if it is difficult, we have lots of time which we can save. Right? How can we save lots of time? If we talk about GK, either you know it or you don't, right? You can just mark it and you can move forward rather than marking randomly, especially for the questions in which there is no negative marking. I have shared this strategy previously as well. Make sure you choose one option and mark all the answers in the same way. So keep that in your mind. Now, tips to attempt SLAT paper. What are the tips that you should keep in mind to attempt SLAT paper? सबसे पहले, the first tip that we'll share is to start with your strongest section. Start with the section that you are strongest in. Starting 15 minutes are absolutely super duper crucial. The first 15 minutes of your attempt are very important. Now, why are the first 15 minutes important? In the first 15 minutes, you set up the tone, right? The entire exam, how will it go in the 15 minutes? If you are able to attempt lots of questions, you have 45 minutes left and you have lots of questions also. You can now let's say 45 minutes and you're done with three sections. In 15 minutes you're done with three sections. In 15 minutes you're done with 2.5 sections. You'll be in a much confident feel, and the entire paper which is to follow will be absolutely pure delight. Right? So keep this in mind, that is strong start is absolutely required. So start strong. Start with the sections in which you are most confident in. Look at the entire paper. Start with the section in which you will get the most confidence in. If I were you, I would start with general awareness, given that general awareness is one of my stronger subject. But even if that is not the case, I would not mind to start with general awareness, because in 3 minutes, in 2 minutes, I'm done with one section, and the confidence that I require in the initial space of time, I will definitely get a great idea about it. Right? So now a question has been asked by a student, Kushi: is SLS Hyderabad worth it? First, you have to crack the exam to decide whether it is worth it for you or not. Right? So first focus on cracking the exam, right? Only then we can discuss about, is this worth it or is that worth it. The answer is, if you are from Hyderabad, then it is worth it. If you're not from Hyderabad, if you're getting some other college, then that is worth it. So on the 4th of July, we'll be conducting a session dedicated on this. So which college should you target? What is the career options for you, the private colleges, the fee details, the comparisons, all of that we'll be discussing on the 4th of July. So mark in your calendar, set up an alarm for that day. All right. So start with the strongest section first. Next, question selection. Be really careful about this. Go for the question which consumes lesser amount of time. I'm sure so many exams you've given, so many mock tests you've given. Now you'll have a great idea as to which topic will require more time, which topic will require less amount of time. In logical and analytical reasoning, you can start with blood relations, which take little amount of time. Direction sense, coding, decoding, mathematical operator, odd one out, and analogies. These are some things that you can start with. Do not start with puzzles. Do not start with questions which you know will take lots of time. Do not start with questions which are tricky. That is to be kept in mind, right? Sir, what time should we reach the center? Reach 1 hour before the exam, right? Just to be safe, just to avoid any such mishappening in the way, on the way, anything happens, our tire goes flat or anything happens, we should have enough margin that we can reach the center well in advance. All right. Which branch of symbiosis is preferable? We will discuss about that as well. But first, your job is to crack the exam. Right? First, crack it. Target the best law school that there is. Starting with general awareness can sometimes play out badly. That then again it depends on person to person, Lauren. Right? Uh, if you are someone who would be upset about your knowledge or general awareness score, in that case probably yes, you can start off with some other section. But think on these lines that your job is not to get a perfect 12, although our students over the past 2 years have been getting perfect score in their SLAT exam. Let me share this with you, right? Full a 12 on 12, lots of students, right? 11 to 10, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12. This was the average marks students got. uh, Even then, if you are someone who would be panicking or not so confident in general awareness, just imagine that one section you are done in 3 minutes. The amount of confidence that gives you, right? Because you are racing against time, 60 minutes, 60 questions. Although the exam is not so lengthy, but even then, it gives you lots of confidence to start off, right? So last minute tip for GK: do not study it. That is the tip for your last minute GK. So last minute, nothing can be done, right? Just relax. Whatever you have done, you already have that in your mind. Just relax, trust your knowledge, and that's all. Sir, my logical is weak. Tips, please. Do not attempt logical in the first go. Do not start with logical. That is the tip for you, Shobna. Sir, when will the results be published? We will explain here in the slide. All right, let's go. So, time management and speed is very important, guys. 60 minutes, 60 questions. So, you don't have the luxury of taking lots of time for every question. Obviously, you have given ALET and CLAT. I'm sure this exam will be a piece of cake. You'll easily manage the time that is given to you. Make sure that you maintain the proper speed. Have your watch on you, right? Keep a check on how much time you are taking for every question. How much is the amount of time that you are taking? Keep that in mind as well, right? Udesha, the trick will not change after every session. Okay. Udesha is saying, sir, the trick that you shared on that day, please share the same trick. The trick related to guessing, I've already shared. The question that in which you do not know answer of, rather than marking randomly, choose one option. Let's say out of 60, you know 40 correct answers. If 20 of them you have no idea, rather than marking randomly A, B, C, D, pick one option. It can be A, it can be B, it can be C, it can be D. Pick one option and mark the entire remaining options the same, right? That ways you will get the probability of you scoring more marks is definitely there. Out of 20, you end up scoring 8, 9, probably 10 also given your day. If you randomly mark, you hardly get 3 or 4, right? So that is a tip for all of you. All right, yes, you can start, Tanishka. If that is your strength, you can start with RC as well. But it usually ends up taking time as well in certain cases. So be mindful of that as well. All right. So now, accuracy and negative marking. We have already discussed about this, right? There is no negative marking, so you must attempt all 60 questions. No questions has to be left. Make sure that you attempt all the questions accurately. Don't just randomly start marking. Think on the lines that try to eliminate the options. First of all, your job is to eliminate options, and then if even that does not work, then you can pick an option and mark the same. So will they be providing us sheets to do some rough work? You'll get the question paper, you'll get the sheets. Yes, of course, you'll get it. Don't worry about it. How many seats they have for Simbi Pune? One for you. Yes, the 2-hour marathon videos are obviously they're very helpful for you. Sir, how much to score out of 60 to get SLS Pune? I will be sharing the same. All right. So now stay calm, of course. Do not panic, even if there are new questions or new pattern or something which is absolutely new to you, right? It is there for everyone. So don't panic in that case. Don't get stuck in any one question for too long, right? Every question has equal marks. Think on these lines. So keep that in mind. Be flexible while approaching every question, right? If a question takes lots of time, is taking a lot of time, chuck that. Move on to the next one. If time permits, come back later, right? So do that. Next, the previous year cutoffs, very important. This is let's see, let's have a look. Now when we talk about the previous year cutoffs, you can see SLS Pune, the previous year, in the year 2021, the cutoff was 52. We are talking about the written exam. SLS Pune, the cutoff was 52. Noida, the cutoff was 45. Hyderabad, the cutoff was 44. And Nagpur, the cutoff was 35. If I was a student, I am answering this question for every one of you, right? For every one of you who's watching this video, all of you, I will, if I were you, I would have opted only for Pune, right? If I were you, I would have only opted for Pune. If you are someone who is from Noida and has no other options, you can opt for SLS Noida. If you're someone who's from Hyderabad or nearby and you have no other options, or you are from Nagpur and no other options, in that case, you can opt for this. Otherwise, opt for the best college here, which is obviously you can see, symbolises Pune. Now, this is the cutoff for, you saw the cutoff for BA LLB. The cutoff for BA LLB is higher, right? BA LLB cutoff is higher. Keep this in mind, right? More people, more students want to opt for SLS Pune, so keep this in mind as well, right? 52 is absolutely doable, guys. It's absolutely doable. 52 is absolutely doable given the level of difficulty the question is, the paper has. It is very easy, it is very doable, and do not think that this is difficult for me. How will I score 52? You will easily score whatever the amount of marks there are required, right? Keep that in your mind, right? Sir, what is the overall cutoff? बेटा यही तो है overall cutoff. और क्या होती है overall cutoff? 60 marks में से कितना है? This is the cutoff, right? This is the cutoff, and then if you make it, if you clear this cutoff, then there is VAT and then there is PI, right? So the details of which they will not show you, right? They will just show you whether you are in or not. That is all, right? Yes, you can opt for BBLLB in case there is while you are filling the form. We've already discussed this, right? You were given an option of either choosing BALLB or BBLLB or both. So people who have already opted for both will definitely get this idea. So last year the pattern was the same. There were 60 questions. Even now, if the pattern is changed at the last moment, don't be worried at all. How the CBT works, please? Is it just like the online BYJU'S tests, right? Yes. What is there? There will be 4 questions. There will be one option to mark, and you can, move from one question to the other. There will be options in front of you. Don't worry, right? That everything will be manageable. Don't worry, Mariam. So BBLLB Pune cutoff will be a slightly less, beta. That is what we have to understand, right? If there is 52 here, probably 52, 50 in the BBA, right? A little less considering, right? A couple of marks will be the variation, right? But then again, it changes from each year. So if there is 52 there, for 50 here, 52 there, 49, 51 will definitely be lower than BLLB. That is for sure. No scholarships, beta. ऐसा नहीं होता. No scholarship given by SLAT. SLAT does not give you any scholarship, but there are scholarships which are given by your state government, scholarships that are given by the union government, right? Research on them. In case you want a session on the same, please mention the same in the comments. We'll be more than happy to conduct the same for you. All right, now, can we switch sections? Yes, why not? Why not? Yes, so if you have opted for BBLLB already, you'll definitely get an advantage in terms of cutoffs. But don't worry, if you haven't, don't worry, no problems at all. All right, guys, so you are watching this video for so long. We've been talking for so long, so many things we have discussed, so much information has been given your way. If you haven't liked this video already, what are you waiting for? Quickly hit the like button and the subscribe button to make sure that you watched our video analysis, right? For the SLAT exam, for SLAT 2022 exam analysis will be live tomorrow at 12 noon. So make sure at any cost you are there at 12 tomorrow. All right, let's go. Let's start. So let's talk about once you crack the exam, once you crack the written exam, you will be given an opportunity to give VAT, the written ability test. The written ability test will not be conducted tomorrow, so don't worry about that. It will be evaluated by respective institutes, programs, if a student has registered for them, and once they shortlist you based on your marks, then you will be eligible for VAT. Once the results are declared, then you will be shortlisted for VAT and PI. It will be conducted after 12th July, hopefully, when the results are announced. After that, you will be given the opportunity of appearing for VAT. If you have registered for SLAT but not registered for any of the institutes, please register after completion of the exam. Make sure you do register. In case you have to apply, in case you haven't applied as of now, you can apply for BBA as well as BLLB both, right? Because BBA, as I said, the cutoff is comparatively lower. All right. Yes. So make sure you do keep this in your mind as well. All right. So now, when we talk about the program, the fee, you can see a rupees 1,000 per program per institute. So if you are someone who has no options at all, probably go for all the programs. Yeah. All right. So SLS Pune, last date of registration and payment is 7th July. SLS Noida is 9th July. SLS Nagpur is 7th July. SLS Hyderabad is 7th July again. Any and every one of you, this is humbly requested for your benefit, that on 4th July we'll be conducting a super duper important session where I'll be talking about all the private colleges that there are in the country and what is the process of joining the same. All of that I'll be talking to you in that session. Make sure you do watch this. That is scheduled for Monday, so day after tomorrow. At any cost, make sure you are there. All right, now let's come back here. The D-Day do's and don'ts. Don't worry about the filling form, about changing your categories, etc. Right now, Rishika, right now your job is to focus on tomorrow's exam. In case you do not score tomorrow, nothing you do in your form filling will help. First job is to fill the OMR, or fill the correct answers in the questions asked. That is the main task, that is the main goal, right? So focus on that, rest everything will come on easily. So D-Day do's and don'ts. Don't worry, what you can do, we can talk about that at a later stage as well. We saw the registration date is 7th July for Pune, and similarly it's post 7th July all the others. We are today is just 2nd July, so don't worry in case any issue is there. All right, Rishika, I have answered your query. I believe you have received your answer. This was answered for you specially, so kindly acknowledge. I've received your question again, so that's why. All right, now do's. What are the do's? Number one, get proper amount of sleep tomorrow. Very important. Have a good night's sleep. Keep your bags ready for the next day's exam. Eat good food. Do not go for something fancy. Don't start eating golgappas and everything. Right now, it is very important for you to have a good night's sleep, a good healthy meal before you sleep. Right? When you go to the exam hall tomorrow, don't be someone who's there going and stuffed his belly with everything that was available at home, right? Be smart about things. Don't eat something which will make you drowsy. It's just 1 hour, so try to have something light, right? So prefer something light on your belly, right? It will be good for you and your marks as well. Do not travel on the day of your exam. Try to be there at the center as soon as possible. Also, the exam, as we all know, is in the morning, so make sure you leave your house early, right, so that you can avoid any hindrance that can come your way. Although the exam is on Sunday, so the hindrances would comparatively be much lower. Do not travel, do not study a lot on a day before exam. Right now, just chill, relax, focus on enjoying as much as you can, right? Do not focus on revising a lot of things, right now our focus is very simple. It is on subject on right now our focus is on keeping our mind as relaxed as possible, not on subject completion, right? So that has to be kept in mind. Sir, don't worry about reservation, Kushi. Tomorrow is your exam. You're worried about 10% reservation for EWS category. Why are you thinking on these lines, right? Right now, your job is just to focus on the exam. This is the stress that we are talking about. Avoid all these stress, right? So third tip from my side is to avoid all kinds of stress, right? Don't worry about this. सर वैट सेंटर पर जाकर देना होता है, घर से देना होता है. डोंट वरी अबाउट दिस एज वेल, राइट? डोंट वरी अबाउट दिस. योर जॉब इज टू क्लियर द first the written exam. First focus on that, right? Take it step by step and then worry about VAT. कहाँ center पे देना होगा, क्या करना पड़ेगा, 10%. Don't worry about this, right? The VAT will be conducted from home itself. That is what we think, right? But then again, you know, it all depends on symbiosis. Maybe they can change everything all of a sudden. So in all likelihood, it will be there. But don't worry. Why are you thinking on these lines? Focus on relaxation. Do not talk to your friends and people a lot. Don't try to pressurize yourself. Everyone will give you some gyan or the other. Don't take any gyan right now. It is just enjoy the time that you are having. This is the time where if your mind is at peace, you are relaxed, you will definitely ace the exam for sure, right? The most important don'ts for you is this believe rather do. The most important do for you is to believe in yourself, trust your abilities. You definitely can do it, right? I have no doubt in my mind that every one of you watching this video has the capability of cracking the exam. There will be lots of students who would be acing this exam with absolute ease. Whatever you have studied will come in real handy for you. And on behalf of all of us at BYJU'S Exam Prep, we do wish you all the very best. But before we wind the session up, we have a D-Day checklist for you guys. You can see first, carry your admit card with you along with your Aadhaar card or any such other proof of identity that you have with you. Second, follow the COVID protocols. Make sure you have your mask with you. Anything or not, mask is absolutely essential. Carry your pens as well. Wear comfortable clothing. Make sure you are carrying water bottles, you're wearing comfortable clothes. Right? Don't wear clothes in which you are, you're not comfortable. Then have proper breakfast. Now proper does not mean ki, you are eating a lot, right? So breakfast has to be light, right? Light, but has to be something which is healthy, right? So have something in the morning and obviously reach the exam center on time. Whatever happens, have to reach the exam center on time. Very important this is. Sir, आज mock देना सही है? No, नहीं सही है. Don't give the mock today. The time for giving the mock has already passed, right? So chuck that. Extra passport size photo needed. Why? No. You can take it with you if you want. Avoid giving mock today. Yes, you should avoid giving mock. You can. Why not? If you have a colored admit card, why are you worried? Right? Don't worry. It's okay. You've already given the exams. You know there would be lots of students over there who would be carrying, colored, some black and white. Don't worry about these things. Sir, watch भूल गए आप. मैं भूल गया watch. हाँ, अरे बिल्कुल बिल्कुल absolutely. मैंने कहा मैं कहाँ भूल गया watch. Absolutely guys, yes. Carry a watch as well. But guys, just 1 hour, I'm sure you would be able to complete the exam in 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Carry a watch as well. Keep a track on your time. Okay, 60 minutes, 60 questions, right? So to keep this in mind as well. Very good, Lauren. Chaliye. All right. So yes, these were some checklists for all of you guys. If you are someone who has just joined us, make sure you watch the video from the beginning. Don't be too worried about the results as of now. Focus more on relaxing, right? Don't focus on results, what will happen, kya hoga exam mein, kya karenge. Don't procrastinate. Focus on things that are in your hand right now. Just keep things simple. Yes, there will be probably, right? You can take your clock, your watch with you. In case there's a clock over there, you can check that. In case the computer shows the time, it's good for us, right? So either ways, be prepared. Take a watch on you. All right. Yes, sir. Written on admit card, that colored one is needed. So yes, definitely colored one is needed. If that is written in admit card, why to think anything else? All right. Next, don't fixate on what you are doing. Things not to do during the exam. Don't ask anyone for answer, of course. Don't drink too much water. Make sure you have your washroom break before you go. Right? Don't go between the exam. Just 60 minutes. Don't waste your time going to the washroom. So visit the washroom before. I'm not saying that if in case you need to go to in between, hold it. I'm saying just go visit before the session starts. Do not pay any attention to any rumors about the paper and stay away from any person who is creating negativity. Do not panic no matter what happens, no matter the question paper entirely is different, anything you have no idea about. Don't panic. Do the best of your ability. You'll definitely ace the exam. All the very best from me as well as the entire team here at BYJU'S Exam Prep. I am sure, I have no doubt in my mind that you guys will make us real proud. We will meet you tomorrow at 12 noon. So make sure you do attend the session tomorrow. Also, guys, do follow us on Instagram, YouTube. If you have not subscribed us already, do hit the subscribe button. Like the video as well, so that I come to know as well how important this video was. Yes, and also like our Facebook page, join our Telegram channel, and if you haven't downloaded it already, download the BYJU'S Exam Prep app as well. Thank you guys. Take care. All the very best. My best wishes are with you. All the very best. Vijay Baba, my Ashirwad is definitely with you. My blessings are there with you. Take care. Bye bye. Thank you so much. All the very best. Be confident. Don't worry about anything. Do not worry about the previous year papers. Don't worry about mock. Right now, focus on sleeping. Focus on giving the exam tomorrow. That is it. Nothing else to be, nothing else to be there in your mind. Right? Bye bye. Take care. Thank you. All the best. Bye bye, guys. Thank you. Make sure you're there tomorrow at noon. Bye bye.